Hi all, and welcome to the video. In this one, we're going to have the famous last words. Right, okay, so let's take a quick look at our mission. Famous last words. Gloria Tenbria, the renowned author of Phil and the Golfs, removed herself from Rubicar after revealing the manuscript of a rather shocking story involving former Omnitech CEO Philip Ross, the mysterious dungeon known as the Crypt of Home, and a very compromising position. Whether or not the story carries any truth is a much disputed subject among journalists across the galaxy. These rumours certainly weren't aided by the massive lawsuit Omniprime itself levied against the writer. While departing Rubicar, admittedly in quite the hurry, Ms. Tenbari accidentally lost hold of her latest manuscript as she was boarding the shuttle, the pages slipping from the airlock just as the doors pulled tight. The end result, 1,500 pages scattered across the city of Home in Broken Shores. Unfortunately, no one was ever able to discover precisely what the scribe's last tale would be. Her shuttle was destroyed by a stray comet as she departed the planet, unfortunately just beyond the insurance reclaim safe zone. While this may have been an untimely end for Mrs. Tenbari, the thought of her work surviving on past her life have excited a long list of journalists, critics and treasure hunters alike, with the price tag per page quite high. Many years have passed since Ms. Tenbari's death, but pages are still rumoured to drift across the sands of Rubicon deserts, simply waiting to be brought together once more. You are commissioned to obtain 6 pages from Gloria Tenbari's missing book and return them to the agency. Now, as interesting as that story is, the mission isn't. It's in Broken Shores, so let's just upload that. There we go, and you can see straight away City of Home, and that's Broken Shores. Now, there's a couple of ways there. You can go from the Wampa, which is fairly straightforward, but that's quite a long sort of hike, or if you have enough comp lit, and you should do by the time you're getting this mission, just use the grid. So that's exactly what we're going to do, so we'll just head right there. And we want to take the second floor. Actually, I've got that in my inventory. I need to put it somewhere so I don't confuse myself. Yes. Now, you basically simply need to pick up 6 different pages from City of Hope, which is in Broken Shores. So it's the area immediately after the grid. You need to find 6 uniquely named pieces of manuscript, and they spawn in a couple of different places. The only trouble you'll ever really have is if you have someone here who also has this mission and is deleting the ones they don't need, so the one they do need can respawn, and then it can take quite a while. So here's Home. It's a very sort of old school kind of a place, really, in that this is where people used to come and do team missions before we even had team missions. Now, with the mission running, you'll notice Phil and Golf's page 1174, so we'll grab that, but we can't grab another because the way these pages are set up is they are unique, so you can't accidentally pick 6 of the same one up, and that's what we're looking for on the ground. So that's one spot, just to get a reference. If we always reference from the center there, so that's just around here by this thing, and quite often you'll get them in these little gaps here. It does vary. They can spawn pretty much anywhere, in my experience. I've had this mission a few times on different characters, and invariably I find the pages in different places. So we'll just check out a few common areas that you will find them. Yep, there he is. They're not that easy to spot either. and we've already got this one, and I can't see anyone else doing the mission. So what you do is delete this one and pick this one up again, clearing the spawn spot for another page. Now, if there are other people doing it, the temptation to carry on deleting them, it's hard to resist, but it just makes the whole thing a lot longer for everybody else as well, so up to you on that score. And basically this is the mission. It's flying around trying to spot little pieces of paper on the floor which are not particularly easy to spot, especially with some sort of cheaper monitors. The color definition is such that like on TN panels, they might have a really high refresh rate, etc., response time, but color reproduction, not so great, unless you do spend a lot of money and get an IPS with a high refresh rate and everything else. And there's one, page 28. Now, if you read these the first time, they're quite interesting, but I've read them before, so I'm not going to read them out now. I think I did enough reading at the beginning of this video, just covering the actual mission. There we go. There's 3 uniquely named ones. And I'm using a Yalm just for the speed, and also makes it easier to get around buildings if you can just fly over them. I've seen a lot of people sort of here trying to click. It's a bit easier with the new engine, actually, I will say that, because the ground definition is so much better. This is probably my absolute least favourite daily mission. It doesn't feel very productive, and you could do it at level 1, to be fair, if you could get here. In fact, it would be more difficult to get here than actually do the to do the mission. There's a Gildy there, Shady Cheese, 4-hour fix-a-hot. The dream is real. There we are. You already have 1174. That was, in fact, the first one we picked up. And we've got 4. We've got 2 more to go. I think there's a 969 or 696, something like that. That was that one, wasn't it? It was. 747 we've got. Right, so we've got 5 pages and a lot of me rambling. And it's now daylight, but something I haven't mentioned yet, but I will now, is number 1, this mission is a lot easier to do if you do it during a daytime cycle in Anarchy Online. I think that was the one we were missing. There are, in fact, a couple of red herrings here. Now, why these have been put in, I don't know. But effectively, they are pages that are numbered. They are by Golf & Co., like this. There you go. Page 1457. Now, no parking, towaway zone, street may be established where the operational problem, blah, 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 blah. Omnipol officers promptly remove the unattended vehicles from a roadway shoulder constitutes an obstruction or jeopardizes public safety, removing so very run-of-the-mill text. But it's not one of the quest ones. These are written in a different sort of way. So he watched as the sun set over the temple's silhouette, a brisk stride carrying him towards his form, towards the entrance with determination. And so on. So it's written in a narrative sense, yeah? With the 12 surrounding him, his mind raced as he whirled, hooded faces overcast with shadows, and sharp grins peering out. So that's narrative writing, yes? And again there, and here, rivulets of water streamed across the... yeah? And then this one, a no parking towaway sign along a city street may be established where there is an operational problem, collision, history, or continued issue regarding... but it's not narrative. It's blah, blah, blah. It's like reading a textbook, basically. So if you've got that one, and there may be more than just that one, that's actually a red herring. And that's, if you're not familiar with that term, it means it's the wrong thing or something similar. So it's tripping you up into thinking it's what it is and it's not. So it's quite an old English term, but yeah. Right, so now we've got all the correct pages and one bogus or red herring page. I'll show you what happens. Right, so we return to the mission or agency receptionist, and I'm going to do this twice. So we say mission complete, and I'm going to hand the wrong page in, with 5 of the correct pages. And watch what happens. This is a waste of my time. So if we say goodbye, like so, click on him again, and this time make sure we don't hand that one in. So put that out of the way. Say mission complete. Hand in the 6. Hey, voila! Mission completes and you get XP. Quite a lot of it. Right then, folks, so that's how to do this daily, and we'll leave it there. Okay then, bye for now.